In the silent void of space, Apollo 10 vanished behind the moon in 1969, out of contact for nearly an hour. When they returned, the astronauts reported hearing strange, otherworldly music, something that defied explanation. The official transcripts, hidden for decades, captured their confusion. "That sure is weird music," one said. For an hour, they were enveloped in a sound with no earthly origin, echoing in a place where no sound should exist. The moon's far side, often called the dark side, isn't actually dark, but it remains a permanent mystery, hidden from our view. First glimpsed in 1959 by the Soviet Luna 3 probe, its rugged alien terrain has fueled obsession and speculation ever since. Stories of impossible structures, lost cosmonauts, alien ships, and psychic spies have become modern folklore. Let's explore 5 chilling and strange cases from the dark side of the moon. Our journey begins at Paracelsus C, a crater on the moon's far side. For years, it was just another scar on the lunar surface, until NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter sent back high-resolution images. Analysts spotted 2 parallel walls inside the crater. Too straight, too uniform, too artificial-looking to ignore. These geometric lines cast sharp shadows, their precision unlike anything expected from natural geology. Geologists suggested lava tubes or fault lines, but the explanations felt inadequate. The images also revealed a towering object nearby, quickly dubbed the Shard, a spire rising vertically, its shadow perfectly matching the sun's angle. Skeptics blamed image processing glitches or digital artifacts, but the anomalies persisted across multiple photos and lighting conditions. The Shard's consistent shadow suggested a real, 3-dimensional object, not a digital illusion. If these structures are real, who built them? They don't resemble anything from human space programs. NASA maintains these are natural formations or imaging artifacts, and the scientific consensus finds no evidence of alien architecture. Yet the images remain, challenging our assumptions and fueling speculation. The arrangement of the walls and the Shard feels intentional, as if defining a space or marking a boundary. Are these the ruins of an ancient lunar civilization, or just a cosmic coincidence of rock and shadow? Without a ground mission, we can't know for sure. The photos exist in a gray area between science and wonder, leaving us to ask, is it more likely that rocks and shadows mimic artificial structures? Or that we're not the first intelligence to visit the moon? The Walls of Paracelsus and the Shard have become icons for those who believe the moon hides secrets. They are Exhibit A in the case for a hidden lunar history. The debate rages on, but the mystery endures. Are we seeing the remnants of a lunar outpost, a mining operation, or something stranger? The official story is geology. The unofficial story is far more intriguing. The truth remains locked away, waiting for a closer look. Until then, Paracelsus C stands as a silent challenge to our understanding. The far side of the moon keeps its secrets well, but every image, every anomaly, is an invitation to look deeper. What will we find when we finally return? The answer may change everything we know about our place in the universe, or it may simply remind us how much we have yet to learn. In January 2019, China's Chang'e 4 lander and Yutu-2 rover became the first to explore the moon's far side. For nearly 3 years, the mission proceeded as planned until late 2021, when Yutu-2's camera spotted a small, cubic shape on the horizon. The China National Space Administration playfully dubbed it the Mystery Hut and shared the image online, sparking global speculation. Was it an alien artifact? A monument? The blurry, distant photo only fueled the mystery. As the rover crept closer, the world watched, waiting for answers. After weeks of anticipation, Yutu-2 finally reached the object. The truth. It was just a rock, its cubical appearance a trick of perspective and shadow. The internet sighed, amused, and disappointed, but for some, the story didn't end there. Skeptics wondered if the rock explanation was too convenient, or if the final image had been altered. Was this a clever PR stunt or a cover-up? Most likely it was a case of pareidolia, our brains seeing patterns where none exist. The Mystery Hut became a lesson in how easily our perceptions can create mysteries out of nothing. Yet, the story lingers, a reminder that even a simple rock can capture the world's imagination. On the far side of the moon, every shadow can become a legend. The Jade Rabbit's journey shows how much our understanding depends on the images we're shown and the stories we want to believe. Whether a genuine mistake or a masterful narrative, the Mystery Hut is now part of lunar mythology, It's a testament to our hunger for the unknown, and a warning. Sometimes the greatest mysteries are of our own making. The moon's far side remains a canvas for our imagination, and every new discovery, no matter how mundane, keeps us looking up. What will the next shadow reveal? Back in May 1969, Apollo 10's crew orbited the moon, descending in their lunar module, Snoopy, to within 9 miles of the surface. As they passed behind the moon, radio contact with Earth was lost. Total isolation. In that silence, the astronauts heard a strange whistling space music in their headsets. The declassified transcripts reveal their confusion. You hear that? That whistling sound? That sure is weird music. They ruled out equipment interference. The sound seemed external, structured, and melodic. When they returned to contact, they debated whether to report it, fearing ridicule or doubts about their fitness. The tapes were classified for decades, fueling rumors and speculation. NASA later explained the sounds as radio interference between the command and lunar modules, but the astronauts themselves were never fully convinced. Eugene Cernan described it as eerie, unlike anything he'd heard before or since. Other astronauts have reported strange experiences. Buzz Aldrin saw a mysterious light during Apollo 11, but kept quiet to avoid ridicule. These stories feed persistent rumors of redacted transcripts and hidden encounters on the moon. Why classify the tapes if it was just a technical glitch? The official narrative says nothing extraordinary happened. The counter-narrative suggests a policy of secrecy, concealing evidence of something more. The space music remains a crack in the wall of official explanations. Was it just radio waves, or a signal from an unknown source? The music has stopped, but the mystery endures. The moon's far side keeps its secrets well. And every unexplained sound is a reminder. We may not be alone in the void. The whispers continue, echoing in the silence. What else waits to be heard? Before Apollo, the Soviet space program was shrouded in secrecy, fueling the legend of the lost cosmonauts. Astronauts erased from history after failed missions. 2 Italian brothers claimed to intercept desperate radio transmissions from doomed Soviet spacecraft, including the final words of a female cosmonaut. The Soviets denied everything, but the stories persisted. This legend set the stage for the Apollo 20 conspiracy. In 2007, a series of YouTube videos claimed Apollo 20, a secret US-Soviet mission, landed on the moon's far side to explore a massive, ancient alien spaceship. The videos showed grainy footage of a lunar landing, exploration inside the ship, and the discovery of a preserved female alien, the Mona Lisa. For a time, many believed the story, but investigators exposed the videos as fakes. The Mona Lisa was a sculpture, the footage recycled from Apollo 11, and the supposed astronaut never existed. The Apollo 20 saga was an elaborate hoax. Yet the object at the heart of the story, a cigar-shaped anomaly in an Apollo 15 photo, was real. Most likely it's a unique geological formation, but its ship-like appearance inspired the myth. Lunar conspiracies often start with a seed of truth. A strange photo, a garbled transmission, and blossom into legend. The lost cosmonauts and the Mona Lisa may be fiction, but they tap into our desire to believe in hidden histories and alien contact. The hoax succeeded because it felt true, feeding our distrust of official stories. Sometimes the most compelling lunar mysteries are about what we wish was there. Lost heroes, ancient ships, and proof we're not alone. These stories endure. The moon's far side is fertile ground for myth, and every unexplained image keeps the legend alive. The truth is often stranger than fiction, but on the moon, fiction and reality are hard to separate. The mystery remains, waiting for the next discovery. During the Cold War, the US and Soviet Union explored psychic espionage, remote viewing, hoping to gain an edge. The CIA's Stargate project trained psychics to see distant targets with their minds. Ingo Swann, one of the program's most gifted participants, was asked to remote view Jupiter in 1973, describing rings scientists didn't know existed, later confirmed by Pioneer 10. Encouraged by this success, Swann was asked to turn his psychic gaze to the moon's far side. What he reported was shocking: massive towers, transparent domes, and machinery. An active mining operation, but not a human one. Swann described humanoid beings working under the lunar sky, and claimed they became aware of his psychic presence, warning him to stay away. He was so disturbed, he initially refused to continue. According to Swann, his government handlers weren't surprised. They wanted details they couldn't get with satellites. Swann's story sounds like science fiction, but his proven accuracy in other sessions gives it a strange credibility. The Stargate project was real, declassified in 1995, and Swann was one of its most successful viewers. If we dismiss his lunar visions, why trust his other successes? If we believe him, the implications are staggering: a non-human presence on the moon, hidden for decades. Swann's tale weaves together espionage, psychic phenomena, and ufology into a single, unsettling narrative. The moon in this story is not dead and empty, but alive with hidden activity. Was Swann a fantasist or a psychic spy who saw too much? The answer remains elusive, but his story endures, challenging our understanding of what's possible. The moon's far side is a stage for our wildest fears and hopes, and every new claim adds another layer to the mystery. The truth may be stranger than we imagine, or it may simply reflect our need to believe in something more. The moon keeps its secrets, and so do we. The moon hangs in our sky, a symbol of constancy and light, but much of what we know is filtered through missions, myths, and shadows. We've explored strange music, impossible structures, secret missions, and psychic spies, each story peeling back a layer of certainty. The line between anomaly and artifact, static and signal, remains blurred. The moon itself is an enigma, with unexplained gravitational fields and flashes of light still puzzling scientists. Persistent tales from the fringes speak of watchers in the dark, a silent presence observing us. As humanity prepares to return to the moon, these old mysteries take on new urgency. But as we plan our return, one unsettling question echoes. What if the real reason we stopped going was because we weren't welcome? The moon's secrets wait in the shadows, watching and waiting for us to return.